A billboard in New Zealand has upset many residents there, and it's because it was interpreted as transphobic. But I'll let you guys decide for yourself. So let's take a look at the billboard. It says, it features Caitlyn Jenner, and it says, "I hope your sack is fuller than mine this Christmas."
It's funny that someone would think that would be okay.
Right. No, it's insane. Okay, so Cranium, which is a signage company in New Zealand, put this up, and they thought that it would be a good idea. Now, to be fair to them, I guess, there were supporters who were like, have a sense of humor. They're just trying to, you know, punch down at a marginalized group here in this country, right? But at the same time...
Punching down is always classy.
Yeah, very classy. Now, Cranium, a New Zealand signage company, got in trouble with New Zealanders after the signage was deemed transphobic. They did release an apology, and they said, "We apologize to all those who have been offended by our sign. It was very poor judgment on our part." And then the CEO went on to donate some money to an LGBT community.
Nice.
No, that's good.
Okay.
That's a very
now,
good
can
apology.
I just say, I've had quite a transformation when it comes to the way I think about the transgender community since I started working here.
Oh, okay, great.
And I used to be one of those guys, as a comedian, come from nightclubs, right? So I used to make those jokes about, and then people let me know, hey, that's messed up. And I'm like, because I always pictured transgendered guys as just guys who just said, fuck it, I'm going to have fun and I don't care who. So it was like, hey, we all want to dress up pretty sometimes, and we don't, but it's not that. That's what I would think. Like, they're just letting themselves have a great time, and I don't feel sorry for them. But now I understand it's a real thing. And that I really have come a long way, and I don't make those jokes anymore. Although I don't think that is, if they say it's offensive, it is. I don't know. I'm not transgender. That's not my call. That's their call. But you tell me, what do you think about that?
It's funny that, like, the views that people had, because look, we've all evolved, right? When I was a kid, I didn't know better, like, right? So people would say terrible things about gay people, right? And we all thought that that was the most normal thing in the world.
Yeah.
Luckily, some of us evolved and no longer think that, whereas others have not evolved, right? So I think that they don't want you talking about their sack, right? I think that's fair.
I think it's it's super offensive. I mean, it's basically making fun of his body, making fun of his choices. It's actually as bad as it can get in terms of poking fun at the trans community.
Really?
I think it is.
I disagree.
Really?
I give him a full pass because on the apology. I mean, the apology was fine. He donated the money. They didn't say if I offended. They were like, terrible judgment. Terrible judgment. We're out. So that's fine. That was probably the right thing to do. We cannot pretend that it doesn't, in the world that we live in a world where we're hammered right and left with images of famous people and the sort of the celebrity-obsessed culture. That's a Kardashian. That's a Kardashian. It's a person who's lived their life in front of the camera, that is celebrated, has made us care. We don't care, but has made us care about every move they make. And then one of them, very famously, on TV, publicly went through this transformation. You're fair game. If it had been any Lauren Cox,
Watch your mouth.
Right, that's
so offensive.
from Orange Is the New Black. I'm with you, but
you're saying because it's
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner's not punching down.
It's not punching.
You can't punch down to the Kardashians.
You can't punch down to them. You can't do it. You can only, they're too high. They're up there. You can't punch them.
But you understand that they're using him because he's a celebrity. He gets the most attention. But when they're making that statement, they're not just making the statement about her. I'm sorry. They're not making the statement about her. They're making the statement about anyone else who's gone through the exact same journey, which is why it hits close to home for so many people.
I get why it hits close to home, but they're making the statement because it's clever and they're punching up. They didn't perhaps think that it's tough. It's a tough road for people who aren't a Kardashian. But
sack is the use of sack there is very. It's a really it pushes all the funny buttons.
That's right. So that's exactly what I wanted to say. Look, it's
a funny word.
Yeah.
It's a funny
word.
Yeah.
Look, on the one hand, it's ridiculous that you used to think that they just wanted to dress up and have a good time. Like, who would do that? Like, what? That's like, what an insane thing to think, right? On the other hand, I think it's undeniable that the word sack is funny, right? So almost in any context, it gives the illusion of humor.
It's like
even if what they're saying is offensive in this regard, you use the word sack and you can't help but have Beavis and Butthead running through your head going, they said sack, right? So, but it's all okay because at the end they did the right thing.
They did the right thing. We're all in agreement that they did the right thing. What were they trying to sell?
Sacks.
I mean, I don't even know.
I don't. Wait, what were
It's
they
a
trying to
signage
sell?
company.
It's
so.
but it's just it's
so you're
just
trying to sell signs.
Like it's just a
By the
joke.
way, which probably worked.
Okay.
Even
So
if they
the last time that
apologize,
they
and people
got-
are like, "Man, you get a lot of attention if you put a sign up."
Yeah.
The last time they got a review on Facebook was in 2013, and after this, all of a sudden, there's all this activity on their Facebook
Yeah, I
page.
see.
So
But it's
But it was
it's
just
super.
but it's just a joke. Like it's not even to sell a product.
Yeah, no, but it's super ironic because they Kardashianed him. So like Kylie Jenner the other day did a photo shoot in a wheelchair. She knew it was offensive, right? And like she's rubbing it in people's faces. Like I'm one of the most powerful, rich people in the world, and I have all the abilities in the world. And you disabled people, I'm going to use you for money, right? So here they turned it around and was like, oh yeah, I'm going to say something offensive about one of you Jenner/Kardashians, and then I'm going to get attention for that. So, but they shouldn't have done it because it's not just about her. It's about all transgender people, and those people are, instead of being the most powerful people, are usually the most powerless in the society. That's why it's not cool.